Yeah, I think I've heard that from you, maybe.
You got the long COVID in your head? Just gonna be gone.
Don't agree with the premise, so it's going to
Yeah, no, and that's, yeah. They try to do that here, but it's harder for them to do. Why? Because we have the First Amendment. But here's the thing. These rights aren't given by the government. These are things pointed out that these rights supersede the government. This is why the government can't take them away. Because if the government could take them away, they wouldn't be rights, they'd be privileges. And being able to defend yourself, that's one of them. They try to make that illegal with or without a gun. But I gotta be honest, I'd rather have an armed populace. It would get real polite, real fucking quick, I tell you what. And the only reason there would be any death at all at this point, or any significant death, is because we've allowed our societies to be filled with psychopaths. Without any...
Guns? Do they hear guns?
Yeah, I was talking guns. Bring my gun. You want to, yeah?
you jumped ahead.
Upper space hitless almost.
And that's the most important part. And I was talking about how if I were to take over the world, I would only take it over long enough to make sure every country had an ironclad constitution. Now, if they could keep it after that, that's up to them, because that's how it has to be anyways. But at least make it a little more difficult for the next psychotic cabal of bored rich people to take over or attempt to take over the world and minimize the degree to which they can fuck it up first. Because that's kind of where we're at. Another cabal of stupid psychotic rich people who want to rule the world. I mean, they can't take the W. They can do whatever they want right now. That's not enough for them because you can still do stuff that you want. So they still don't have enough power. Yeah, fuck them. Yeah. But what if I want more chickens? No. Fuck you, you stupid fat old bald rich fucker. I hope somebody pulls your nutsack out through your fucking esophagus. Straight fucking out.
I really fixing sometimes somebody on the sand insult, and I'll snatch you away from whatever.
Yeah, was that a good one?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, I just kind of winged it. I mean, surely I must have heard something of that nature or something.
Oh, yeah.
I really hope I'll be pretty popular as well. More people. I hear in 10 years' time, that happens is regret.
Well, I hope in the not too distant future we can talk about how, oh, thank God this thing happened. Hey, it turns out all the media's just been lying to everybody all the time. It's basically been government-sponsored propaganda, and the corporations are in on it. Thank God we've taken care of it. And wow, I'm amazed at how many people really understood it, so we can at least avoid this for another 50, 100 years. Yeah, that'd be nice. Now let's get to building society back to its fucking glory and punish criminals, because if you don't punish criminals, you don't have a society.
If you like reading, I was going to say if you like reading books, I can't think of the type of book. I think a lot of people have Machiavelli misunderstood. He's probably one of the most misunderstood philosophers out there. I would read his Discourses on Living, because this goes into exactly what you're talking about.
I've read The Prince before.
Have you read Discourses on Living?
I have not. Is it as brief as The Prince? The Prince I kind of thought was going to be longer.
It's about as brief as The Prince. So the thing is, with The Prince, he gave that to a specific person in power. The person would be psychotic anyways, right?
Wait, here's the thing. He also here's one of the things people don't realize. It's basically a set of rules to follow if you're dealing with psychopaths. But clearly, if you're just following it all the time, you might be a psychopath, you know? If you're following it all the time and deal with everybody in a Machiavellian way, then, you know, I I mean, whatever works, works. Oh, you got fast Mini Buster.
Discourses on Libby was
Yeah.
so Prince is all about governing principalities. The discourses
Yeah.
on Libby are all about making sure that the
I hear this move, so-
not tyrannical for as long as humanly possible.
Yeah, that sounds like something. It's called, well, I just looked up Machiavelli. Why did that? I would have read that years ago if I'd known about it. I really like, these books are perfect. They're not too much of an investment. You can just sit down and read them in one sitting, and you can read them a few more times to, he's a pretty smart guy, you know? So you might need to read it a few times to let it sink in.
When people ask what some of my favorite philosophers are, and I say Machiavelli, they go, wait, what?
Are you evil? It's possible. You might be like, yeah, I like Machiavelli because he tells me how to fuck people over. Or you might be like, he really does have a grasp on systems of power, and sure, you can abuse other people with this shit, but it also trains you to see how people, whether they know about Machiavelli or not, a lot of the stuff he proposes, good manipulators will use one or more of those tools. Like, have you ever had somebody and they just flatter the shit out of you, and, you know, they try to get all buddy-buddy so that they can get shit from you?
Never had that because I'm very hyper-aware.
Fair enough. And so you've never had anybody even try?
I've had people try.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I remember when I was, 9, there was this short stint in my life where, like, I was given money to go and, like, have fun as a kid. It was kind of cool. I'd go to the arcade all the time because I was a dumb kid. I'd spend my money on stupid shit, right? But, I remember this one time I was in the arcade, there was this one kid who played some games and he pretended to be all buddy-buddy. And I'm like, okay. But then he kept coming up and asking for a quarter. Hey, can I get a quarter? Hey, can I get a quarter? And like, you know, when you're 8 or 9, like, it makes you feel icky. As an adult, you're like, oh yeah, I see exactly what, just fuck up, you know? But, it got on my nerves really quickly as a kid, but it put me in this weird position that I didn't know what to do with, because
You didn't want to be impolite.
I don't want to be impolite, but this is what I've realized as I've grown up. If I am impolite because you've run roughshod over the boundaries I've established, like what if somebody said that again, I'd be like, oh, what, you just wanted you're here to get quarters from me? You know? And I was like, I'm not here to just dispense quarters, but look, here's 2 quarters for now, whatever, okay? Don't be fucking asking me for quarters all the time. Some shit like that. But if it continued, I'd be like, look, you're obviously not my friend. Just like because I got fucking quarters. Alright? And I get it, but I don't want to fucking deal with you. I want my quarters for me. Fuck you. Fucking little communist. Those are some of the first people to turn on you. People you help because, you know, like I do have a surplus. I can be generous, but all there is the surplus. What's up, Julius? How you doing, bro?
Well, that's the thing is, if I'm trying to make a friend, right, I'll intentionally be gentle. So that's the thing, I'd say gifts and acts of service.
Well, a little generosity to your friends, or people you like, is one thing, but because there's so many parasitically minded people, it's like you gotta be real careful with how you apply that.
What I'll do is I'll give them something, or do something nice for them, I'll see how they react.
Oh wow.
Yeah. You know what I do? So
What's
when people
that?
ask to borrow $5, if I've known them long enough, $50, I'll just give it to them as a loan and see if they pay me back. Because if I give them that money and they fuck up and disappear, it's a very cheap way to get somebody out of your fucking life. And if they try to show up,
Yeah, $50 versus like, you know, rich will fuck you over.
yeah, basically. I mean, you could just be an asshole and tell them to fuck up, but if you got these people entrenched in all the social order and all that, it's just a pain in the ass. Honestly, these days, I might just tell them to fuck off.
Why is he gonna do that attack again? Yeah, basically.
Not right now. I had somebody shoot me a text. This chick I knew and she was underage. She was almost of age.
Oh, of course
And
it's a woman.
Came of age, and she hooked up with some dude, and so now she's a single mother. And she's like, I'm having trouble keeping my place. Look, homelessness isn't great, you know, and there could be situations where that's legitimate. I'm not even saying it's entirely her fault, but I'm not Captain Sabo. That chick tried to sleep with me.
I'm not Captain Sabo.
I'm not.
I'm not listening to that. Another one I'm looking at that fucking immediately.
I didn't come up with that one, I'm just gonna be honest.
Now what?
Isn't it? What? I know we've been together for a while, but I'm not Captain Sabo. What does that mean? I'm just telling you, aren't you happy that I'm not Captain Sabo? Yeah. Just
Be impossible.
Just confused her, like, no, I'm not talking about you. I mean, am I? Wait, why are you getting defensive, you know? Drink your thing, Buster, so you don't die.
I run out.
But there's still some health bar there. Oh, you won, okay.
Yeah, and I won. And
That's not my fault.
yep,
It
it's
doesn't have the victory.
You're talking about the thing with Cluster, the thing that with your wife.
Yeah, she's next to me.
all right.
She heard the Captain Saberho thing.
That's pretty funny, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna get the guy.
Well, like look her square in the eye and say,
Who's watching?
just say, look here, I am not Captain Savaho. You know,
Remember this.
That'll be
Remember this,
confusing. That'll be confusing. And be like, that's a good thing, right? And then she'll still be confused, but yeah? Then she gets defensive.
And then goes, fuck off.
Then if she gets defensive, you can be like, hey, wait, why are you being so defensive? You're not a secret hoe, are you? Pretty funny. Yeah, how long have y'all been together? Like forever? Yeah.
Well, since like 17.
Yeah, so 21 years, 21 years, some shit like that. I'm surprised y'all didn't have any kids.
Lost
If I'd gotten with a woman at 17, we would have had a fucking brood.
I've heard it makes it sound like you're hatching them in chrysalis pods in the basement.
Well, that's what my species does.
Species. What do you mean?
Hey, Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh,
He's not kidding. We're gonna have to look for a number 3.
So raise kids that aren't kid friendly. I don't see what the problem is. They're your fucking kids, not other people's.
Yeah, just take one from the street, that's what I
oh,
do.
it's not even connected anymore. What the hell?
I had kids a long time ago, but then the parents caught me, so I had to give them back.
Oh, there's upgrading my strength actually. Go at least to 45.
Now I rep that fucker every fucking time. Like, yeah, I wanted something long term, but I wasn't good. None of that shit was long term, apparently.
Actually, to be fair, it doesn't work like that. I don't know how to explain it. I should probably wrap it around my head. No, we've had obstacles. Like, I've been homeless, I've had money, I've been bankrupt.
Yeah.
So, like, I've never had a consistent...
Hey, wait. So you like, are you, in this case, it sounds like you've got, like, a good setup to be a late bloomer, because now you've got an established history of both success and failure, and if you can reflect on